Poof. And hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ian is a Weirdo. Today I'm gonna try to make this but better. So I was trying to work on a pattern for wrist restraints, and they just kind of ended up huge, and also just like in how I would tighten them didn't quite work out. So this is what I would get, and that kind of doesn't really fit the bill of what I need. So we're going to yeah, I'm kind of feeling the no eyebrow life. I just had like a a vibe, and I just wanted to shave my eyebrows off, so I did. Um, there are a lot of people I know who do shave their eyebrows off for various reasons, and all of them are cool and valid. And I just wanted to try something different. So, let's see. So, I'm gonna get this sucker fit to the table. I'm using my Addy. It is 4 in the morning here, and I am quite tired actually, but I can't go to sleep. I might take my emergency sleep medication. So, one of the things that I talked to my doctor today or yesterday, and I need to get a better razor because the razor I have to shave my eyebrows is shit, kind of hurts. Um, but uh, basically, she thinks that what I'm experiencing is um, kind of side effects from uh, the like two of my medications. She's like, this doesn't kind of go with like the rest of your symptoms, which I agree. I kind of felt like it was a weird jump. So okay, I'm gonna thread um, the machine. But she thought that it was perhaps uh, medication related, which actually kind of gave me some hope, if I'm being honest, because I just kind of felt like I was like, oh my gosh, like all my symptoms are getting worse. Like I'm not gonna feel any better anytime soon, and so it really kind of was like demoralizing. But to have her say like, hey, there's like an actual explanation for this was really helpful. Um, I just love watching them go up and down. It's very like zen for me, although I hate the clicking. Like as someone who's very sensitive to like auditory stimulation, it's very disconcerting to me. Okay, I think I can make it one more round. I hope I can. I hope I can. These rounds are so small. Okay, so that is my scrap yarn. Welcome in. Because this yarn is on the pink side, I'm going to use my red, because you want to have when you have your scrap yarn and you have your actual project, you want to have a little bit of or as much contrast as you can, just so you can see your stitches easier. That's the whole point of scrap yarn. So if you went in and used pink, then that would be a little bit harder. You'd still be able to see it just because like the tonal difference. But if you have color blindness, or you're just not good at telling the difference between shades of colors, which I know a lot of people like that, who they're just not good at that. Then it's important to have high contrast. So I'm going to hold both of those threads. I'm going to reset my clicky clocker. Okay, so this was with 20 of each color. I think if I move it down, okay, so 20, 10, 15, that off of both sides. I think that could be good. I know some people have like really, really tiny wrists, but I don't want to make it for like the general person with very tiny wrists. So I'm gonna go for 15 rounds with each color. And if you're asking why I chose to do these colors or anything like that, and I just thought they were like typical like Valentine's Day colors and people would like that. I don't know. Because I was gonna do Halloween colors, but I didn't know if like people would like that. And I'm trying to sell these. Okay, so I'm going and I'm just placing a knot. This machine, it's really important to knot your transitions for colors because otherwise they will fall apart and it is very upsetting. So just pulling, trying to maintain the tension. Okay, so we're at 5 now. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go in and take this off, this pink piece off of this red, and I'm going to take it off and I'm going to put it between two like wrist cuffs. And then I'm going to have this go in here like that, and then this go, and then the same kind of situation happen on the other side, and then you tie them. So that will be my plan. We'll see how well it works. Again, I don't want to make it too big because that would be annoying. So we're at 9 right now. Sorry, it's the world's wobbliest table, I know. Just at 12, 13, 14, 15, finish this row. I'm just looking for those black pins. There we go. And then I'm going to take my little snippies. I can't, like, I think I like this like no brow look because I just want to like do like crazy stuff in this area. And I was being severely limited by having eyebrows. Okay, so I'm going to take it out of the tensioner and then I'm going to switch to pink. And I'm going to go through, do that. I'm going to tie a knot. It's not going to stay very well, so we're just going to keep an eye on it. And then once it's a little further around, then we can not. Just because I really want this to stay. That was the first one I did. That's where it came undone, and I was just like so pissed. So again, sorry about the shakiness. So we're gonna keep going around. Is this long enough to like tie to another one? I feel like it is. Because I could just make another one of this size. So now we're at 23. Yep, so we're going for 30, we're at 29. Okay, we just hit 30, and we're going to finish the round. So we're going to watch for those black pins, and then we are going to release the tensioner, snip. Oh, I should have left the ends long. That's my bad. It's annoying, but whatever. Mistakes are made. Okay, so we're going to go in, and we're going to go in with scrap yarn. Hey, Timmy, how are you? I am, as usual, having a hard time sleeping, so I'm just doing stuff, and I also shave my eyebrows. I am liking it so far, but we'll see how things turn out. Things are always, up to change, right? So I am making, I'm trying to make wrist restraints. I'm doing a Kinkster set. Perhaps I will make a Halloween Kinkster set. I'm not quite sure. But I made Valentine's colors, and I meant to make wrist restraints, and I wanted to have them like go in and out of this or something like that, but they ended up being too big, so this was my first set. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this between two wrist cufflets. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sure that must have been just so hard. Well, I'm glad you're here. I hate to like quote what Olive Garden, but when you're here, you're family. And I really believe that like we are family and support for each other. So if there's anything I can do to make your life a little bit easier right now, please just let me know. If it's me just talking and hanging out with you, I'm okay with that too. Just let me know what you need, because we're here to support you. The days parts of the day, when my grandpa died in September, many years ago, but it was a couple years before like Green Day released like their American Idiot soundtrack, and there's that song "Wake Me Up When September Ends," which the lead singer Billy Joe wrote because his dad died in September, and so my mom and I like really connected with that song, and it just was like just like those months, those days of like remembering a loss are just so hard, and you just want to get through them. And so I definitely like, I don't know, that like really resonates with me, because for me, like sometimes like I have like, I don't have seasonal depression like diagnosed, but like I do tend to get depressed in September. They are, it is generally a harder time for me. And I also see it in my mom too, even if we're not actively thinking about it. So, I think that when you suffer a loss, um, everyone deals with it differently. And um, I think that when we have a community of people around us that are willing to support us through that hard time, that's the most important thing, I think. It's the most we can do. I don't like how this clicks. It bothers the shit out of me. So, yeah, but I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry that you're having to deal with that. And we are here for you. What's the name of the song? It's called Wake Me Up When September Ends. And it's by Green Day. Okay, camera. I can type it in the chat if you need it. Okay, wow, this is so much smaller than the other one. Size comparison. So we went from uh, 40 stitches to 30 stitches. But I think that this will be good because it'll cover most people's wrists. Okay. So I wish I had like a seam ripper, um, but for this, I don't. Let's see what's the best option to get all this out. I just don't want to start chopping at the. And I focused so much um, on making the stitches like look good and all this shit. And now I have to cut it apart. Now it's extra hard because I have to cut it. But yeah, hopefully you can listen to that song and feel a little bit better. Some people don't like the music, it's fine. But I just think the message of the song, we all deal with loss. Hey Daniel, love you. I'm trying to make wrist restraints. I've made a prototype, but they're too big. Like they ended up way too big, so I had to revisit my I'm going for like a whole like kinky thing. Music is totally my coping skill too. It's like it's how I get through any day. Like it means so well to me. Okay, so I'll type it in the chat. I was talking about when wake me up. And okay, so this one costs, I think, like 130. I'm not quite sure, because I was looking at the King and the Express, but I thought I could do more with the Express. And September. Okay, when September ends, and then by Green Day. It's about grieving loss. So, yeah, I got the nicer one because I originally got the small one. Maybe you can actually see it like in the trash over there. It is terrible. Um, it's just like it's such a crap, worthless. Like I can't sell it to anyone in good conscience. Like so I don't know what to do. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of the pieces that I already made off. So like this is the thermal stitch, so it doesn't have any stretch other than the holes right here. I guess now that I'm doing it differently, it doesn't really matter. Um, but um, but yeah, I was telling Temmie how the uh, the writer of the song, the lead singer of Green Day, actually wrote that song because his dad died in September, and it was just his way of like, I can't really like it's really hard for me to grieve and process through things in this month. Um, so I was saying how that was something that my mom and I identified with because my grandpa died in September, so um, many years ago. But still, it's something that like still kind of every month, every year, you kind of feel that loss. So so having a song to connect to is really important. Oh yeah, you just said it perfectly, just succinctly. I use so many words. Okay, so I'm gonna start trying to take this apart as like gracefully as I can so that I don't have to redo things. That would be nice. But my birthday in September too, so it's a hard. Yeah, yeah, I understand. Honestly think that like something is going on in September. Like so many people deal with so much loss in September. I do not know why. I- Like it's so many people. But we are a wonderful family who supports each other, and that means a lot for people going through a hard time this month. So yeah, if you listen to that song, you might not even like the song. That's fine. Um, but if you listen to that song with the frame of reference that this was written like out of grief, I think it makes a lot more sense. Yeah, definitely sending hugs to Ash and to Temmie. Um, I want everyone to have the best month they possibly can. Okay, so this is a tongue. Or cigarette. God, I want a cigarette so bad. But don't encourage my bad habits. Um, once I'm done with all my surgeries, I can just go back to doing whatever I want as an adult. But anywho, and eating pattern is off. Yes, I am right there with you as it is 4:21 in the morning, uh, and I am not asleep. Uh, and not only am I not asleep, I just shaved my eyebrows off, which is generally a sign of like manic behavior. I don't feel manic. I feel like really driven to do stuff, and it can be weird when you're bipolar. Um, I'm sorry, Timmy. I totally forgot. Maybe you never told me. Where are you located? It seems like you're probably located on the eastern seaboard. Um, but let's see. What was I saying? But yeah, I don't feel like manic and like out of control. I'm 22. Okay. Yeah, it's always crazy to me. Mel works a lot. The company that Mel works for, I don't know if I've ever told you all. I try to keep it like kind of on the DL because I don't need anybody like trying to. I don't know. It would be good if they hit her up. I don't. But it's a company based out of New York, and they do like team building games for like corporations or like you know big or small or whatever, and they uh, often do like they do games for people like all around the world, and oh, you're located in New York. Oh, very cool. Yeah, so all of her coworkers are in the city, or they're in Beijing. Most of them are in the city, though. Most people she interacts with the most, like the programmers and stuff, tend to be overseas. But Mel, so because like people schedule games all throughout like 24 hours a day, um, she is so good. Like it's scary. So good at like converting times. Like she knows every time zone. She knows how to go back, forth, upside down, yesterday, tomorrow, like all of that. And like for me, I'm like trying to get to like central time, and I'm like, nope, not coming to me. So I just started watching American Horror Story Murder House. Um, so I just like I'm a scaredy cat. For those of you who don't know, um, I know you are not Daniel. I know you are a very brave young man, but I am a scaredy cat. And I started watching Hotel because Gaga, like obviously. Um, but then like there were most of the parts like they weren't that scary. Like I think things are more like creepy than like actually scary. I'm like, I know like Delicate's about to come out and all this stuff. I don't like Emma Roberts personally. Yeah, I haven't finished Hotel, but I just love the Gaga. So of course I watched it. Although was she bad in House of Gucci? Absolutely. We won't talk about that. But was it good? Yeah. But we just started Murder House because Figure was started at the beginning, and like so like if a season's gonna be too scary for me, I'll just skip it. And we'll move on. But like creepy stuff doesn't generally bother me. It's more like suspense, jump scare, that type of thing tend to be too scary for me. So I have to be really careful about what I watch. I really want to watch some more slashers this year. I didn't watch really any. Like we had plans last year to do it, and then something happened. I don't know. I probably ended up in the hospital or something. Um, but yeah, so I love slashers because they're not scary. For the delicate. I really don't care for Kardashian. Yeah, I'm not like in the like I'm not in the that world. I just don't understand it. I try to be like sure, like, but I think uh, I mean it's hard to say with me not having seen so many of the seasons, but I mean it's definitely got a cult following. And I think a lot of people latch on to their favorite actors, and they seem to go through the different series like with those actors. Like I know, like I really love Evan Peters, and like so I'm really excited. Yeah, I know everyone wants Jessica back. Yeah, she is iconic. She is iconic for sure. So I understand why. Um, but yeah, so I just wish I had a Steam Ripper, but the thing's too big and too clumsy to be a Steam Ripper. I'm just trying to get the shit off of the old thing to put the shit on the new thing. Um, I wonder if there's a way to do a jogless join with the knitting machine. Evan is a hottie, and she left. I only watch for him. Yeah, he is hot. New one. I keep the volume off and do. Oh, that's so smart. I see. I love closed captioning because I'm really bad about like zoning out and stuff. So it's good if I have to like if it forces me to like pay attention. Yeah, that's really good. I really want to watch. They clone Tyrone. I've heard that is so good. Um, I didn't like Nope, but I want to watch Us and what's the other Jordan Peele movie? Get Out. Like the ones that everyone in the world has watched. Night called The Ruins. It was pretty good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, don't on a TV. Yeah, that'll do it. But honestly, like, there's so many streaming services that if you have even just on your phone or an iPad or a tablet or uh, your what is this fucking thing that I'm looking at called? Um, Laptop, computer. Um, So yeah, let's see what other things are on our list. So I have a couple movies that are not allowed to be mentioned. They are too scary for me, and I will not watch them. So I won't even hear the name of the movie. Um, then so we looked through all of our. Oh, hey IBB, welcome. Yeah, I know you love a Saw movie. Um, I only watched the first one, but the rest of them are on my list. I'll probably rewatch the first one. There was another movie with Carrie Hughes that we were talking about watching, but I don't quite remember. Oh my gosh, he's still so handsome. Um, so let's see. So the Saw movies, yeah, definitely. We went through Disney Plus, and we picked out all of the movies that were like good enough for good like really scary breaks or stuff. So we put Descendants on there. We're like it's got villains and like good enough. And then let's see, what else do we put on there? I'm not. I don't even remember. We should put Gravity Falls on there, but we always watch that anyways. So I don't even know if we have to write that down anymore. It's just one of our favorite shows. Um, yeah, but basically, if it's got like monsters and stuff in it, um, Saw 10 takes place between Saw 1 and 2. Okay, um, that's interesting. I don't think I can watch The Purge. That's a level of like psychological warfare that I don't think I can deal with. Um, you know, props to, I think the idea is like brilliant, like the of the movie and like the series, but I don't think I can watch it because I don't want to feel like even less safe than I already do. You know what I mean? Man, this is a fucking task and a half. Ugh. Jeez. Okay, so I'm pulling off all of the red. So I just have the pink. So this will be the middle part. And like I said, it's a thermal stitch. It's very thick. It's not, like the thermal stitch itself does not stretch at all. And that's cool because that's what I want. And it's also just like very secure, and we're gonna need this to be secure. So on this side, we're going to um, put in this long red rope cord. I looked up some like different cords, like how to do an I cord and how to do like different design cords, and honestly, like none of it really. I don't know. It didn't call to me the same way. So what you're gonna want to do. So you are going to. So the blue is scrap yarn, and the pink is the yarn that we actually want. So you want to go to the very edge of the pink yarn. I'm gonna have to tie some more because I didn't tie enough. Oops. I did a little magic knot. So yeah, I want to watch some more scary movies. We always have Scooby Doo on the docket because Scooby Doo is perfect for all seasons. Um, One Scooby Doo movie that we have to watch is Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. If you haven't seen it, don't talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, see it. It's the best Scooby Doo movie. And it's got the Hex Girls, who you all know that I am a big fan of. So yes, that is a good one. I saw one place that has all of the series of Scooby Doo that wasn't Boomerang, but I don't remember the name of it now. So sorry. Okay. So yes, I'm snipping the excess of that, and then I'm going to use my hook. Is my hook here? Okay, I'm just gonna use a different size hook. Um, I'm using a 4 generally with this. If you're gonna like crochet off the end of it, I think it comes in at like a 5, but I use a 4 most of the time for whatever reason. I just always have a 4 around. Okay, so make sure there's no like knots or anything in other thread, and then you're gonna take your uh, little yarn vagina, and you're going to have your end at the top, and then you're going to stitch across, pull through. I'm just doing a slip stitch across. You could do a chain 1 if you really want to, but I don't, so here you go. And once we get to an appropriate level, then I'll add the little tongue part. Okay, so let's just kind of double check that we're doing good. Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. So I want to watch. Okay, so please don't judge me. I've never seen Halloween. I've always like wanted to see it, but I just never did. So I really want to see Halloween. I don't think I can do Nightmare on Elm Street, um, because like I don't like things that like there's no way to get away from, and like so the idea of like something like getting in your dreams like fucks me up. So that kind of rolls out all of the Freddy versus Jason, but I can do. So I haven't seen Alien. Really want to see that. Um, I can see Alien, and then I can see Alien versus Predator. So all is right in the world. Okay, so I'm just sticking this little tongue piece out, and let's see what we are going to do. We're going to put this in here. Wow, I just did like a blind grab. That was pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna stuff that little end down there. So, do you all have any movies that you have to see during the Halloween season, or anything like that? For me, it's always been Hocus Pocus. Um, I love that movie. Um, I, I didn't love um, I didn't love the newer one, but I didn't hate it either. Hey Carrie, I can't sleep again. I hope you did sleep. Um, so I yeah, I didn't really like love the new one, but I Mel and I have talked about it, and it's like, do we want to watch it simply because it's like a Hocus Pocus movie? And it's like, yeah, kind of. Um, so uh, so we're gonna watch it. It was interesting. So I've been having a lot of like mixed episode type of uh, problems, and including shaving my eyebrows off at 3 in the morning today, um, and the doctor thinks that um, I'm having side effects from interactions. Um, Thank you for asking, Carrie. I really appreciate that. So she thinks I'm having side effects from interactions of my medications. This isn't very even, but like whatever. So that's actually really reassuring because I just felt like I was kind of like going off the edge, like going bananas, for like no reason other than just like my brain's shutting down. Um, so it's nice to hear that maybe there's an explanation for that. She's trying to wean me off both of them at the same time, which I'm kind of like, what? This makes no sense. But then, so like, okay, so like the standard course of medicine for um, people like me are mood stabilizers, antipsychotics, and benzodiazepines. Um, and uh, my uh, I have tried a bunch of antipsychotics and mood stabilizers separately, together, all over the place. And I have had really bad luck with pretty much everything I've tried. And so I'm trying to get her. I mean, she said it would be easy and it's not through them, which makes it more likely to happen. Yeah, I can talk to them. Yeah, I really love my pharmacist, so and they know us by name and like they know everything about us and like Mel knows when they're going on trips and like all kinds of stuff because like we're always up in there. We're up in there like at least twice a week. Um so uh yeah. Um let's see, what was I gonna say? Um okay, so I'm getting the last of them. Uh, so, oh my gosh, me too. My pharmacist, yeah, it's like you gotta love them. Like a good pharmacist makes a big difference. Um, I found so when I used to work uh in like health insurance, and that was my previous job. Um, I like we like knew that like you go to CVS or CVS in particular, but Walgreens too. Your medicine is more expensive. Um, and like especially like for a while, maybe even still, Blue Cross like doesn't cover CVS. I think because they're so expensive. But then we started going to Publix, so like going to a grocery store, and it has made a world of difference in the cost. They're like, no. Yeah, I mean, they love talking to my wife, but everyone loves talking to Mel. Okay, so with the scrap yarn, because you sewed around it, we love Mel. Yeah, I'll tell her when she wakes up. She'll be like, what happened to your brows? What if I just like drawn like crazy, just like blue, crazy eyebrows? She, I swear, am like gonna give her a heart attack one day just because just putting up with me. Um, but you know, she signed the paperwork. She knew what she was getting into. Um, so let me try to get this on. So the one thing about this getting off the scrap yarn is it tends to tingle and things like that. It doesn't usually do a clean release, so that is somewhat annoying. But oh, your baby brother is the pharmacist. Oh, that's so cool. Honestly, I think that's a pretty like it's I don't know. I think it depends on where you are a pharmacist. Because like people like the pharmacists at CVS, like, they were always kind of like grumpy and like why are you asking me a question? But then the pharmacists at Publix are like, you're an angel, and then you're like, you're an angel too, and that's what it's like, you know. It's exactly like that experience. Okay, so let's get. I just want to get this off so I can make. I want to make the wrist restraints. Wrist restraints. Your daughter was going to school to be one. Oh, that's so cool. Um, I I posted in the Army of Weirdos. So if you're not in Army of Weirdos, it is a Facebook group. It's in the description below. All you have to do is search in Facebook for Army of Weirdos, and it is the picture with the green pillow that says "fuck." and I posted something that was like, "Oh, so you want to crochet? Like, oh, you want to realize that you actually can't count?" So I thought that that was funny because all pharmacists do, not all pharmacists do, but like, I mean, like that's a big part of their job, right? Counting. He told me to talk to your pharmacist. They'll help you regarding your medications. Yeah, I am kind of on. Um, I have a lot of potential drug interactions, so they're kind of like you're probably gonna have drug interactions, but like we can't stop it. Like, um, they don't really change much for me. The only thing that they've been really instrumental for is when I switched my from my endocrinologist from Charlotte to Raleigh. Um, it's not I don't know, like a big yellow emoji, and Ian Walker is there. Hmm. Army of Weirdos? Huh, that's so interesting. I don't know what that's about. Did I change the picture? I don't know. Life is hard, y'all. Um, but yeah, so I just like, uh, so when I switched, my endocrinologist gave me like a year of testosterone and was super, super cool. But I couldn't see her because she was, you know, in Charlotte, and she needed me to be there in person sometimes. So uh, I went to this new endocrinologist. I brought my prescription with me, and he was like, "Okay, cool, that's fine. We'll write the script for you." And I was like, um, and then uh, it wasn't until months later when my script from my other doctor ran out that we had to use the script from the new doctor, and it was all kinds of wrong. Like it was so wrong. And like every time we tried to be like, no, like we need this, like it was such a nightmare. And the pharmacist was really helpful, but oh, Temmie, are you looking at Facebook or are you looking at YouTube? Because my other channel is a big yellow smiley face, and then this one is a green space with a black smiley face. I was trying to think like what is yellow that I'm into, but I couldn't think of it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna just rip this apart. But I don't like wasting scrap yarn. Yes, Facebook. Okay, let's just look together. Okay, so Facebook. Um, Army of Weirdos. So because I'm a member of this one, I only see this one. It says Army of Weirdos, private group, 30 members, um, and it's that green pillow that's kind of oblong. So I'm not quite sure. Come, little children, I'll kill you right now. Okay, please come out. Okay. Uh, okay, so we have our little tie. You want to make sure that it it can bear some pulling, because you're definitely going to put some pressure on that. I'm going to cut my pink yarn, and I'm going to uh, pull it through, and I'm going to sew back um, into, oh shit, what is going on here? Okay, there's like a loop just hanging out. That's horrifying. So got to get to that before it gets to something, becomes something bad. So like, this is kind of like the crux of knitting machines for me. Is like, there always seems to be a problem, and like it just kind of comes out of nowhere, and you have to get to it, or the whole thing will unravel, or you'll have like a huge like run, and like I just like, I don't understand how people use it so regularly when like I just seem to get nothing but problems from it. Like, it's just kind of a pain in the ass. And even like a professional one like the Addy, that should be like fucking do it for you and serve you like a caviar dinner, which I don't know if that would even be good, but whatever. Um, okay, so Uh, yeah, I'm just kind of annoyed. Let's go through. So we'll pull it through, pull it through, pull it through, and make sure that you can have your corners a little rounded. Or you can have them straight, but make sure you don't pull so tight that you kind of pull that all the way over, because that's not the look. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I don't fiddle with that open stitch too much. And now I'm gonna go through the stitch. It just was like hanging out there, like I totally missed it. And I was like, I don't know where you're coming from and why you're taking that tone with me, young lady, but okay, yeah, like look how okay, way off to the side. So I'm going to start reweaving these these ends in. Not only am I going to go across the top, because that's going to create like a lot of bulk, but I am going to. So see, this would happen if you didn't correct it. So you want to kind of pull it a little bit straighter. Um, like I said, just like you can make them like very perfect, but I don't do that because I got other things to worry about. Um, oh, hey Liz, you snuck right in here. I didn't see you. Yeah, I shaved my eyebrows off. I'm not manic, but I'm acting a fool. I can't sleep. Um, I just I've been having such a weird time with it. Um, so yeah, I hope you are doing well. And I mean, I hope you all are doing well, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know it's early in the morning, um, but actually, let me get some advice from you all. So, I do all kinds of crafts and makeup and crochet and stuff on this channel. Some of it's more new, like tutorials for this headband and stuff like that. You did find it. Oh, great. I was gonna say thanks, but I don't know if that's a proper response. But just kind of like, what would you like to see on this channel? If you don't know, you don't know, that's fine. But if you have an idea of like something you would like to see me do more of or less of, if you're like, hey, you've done a lot of this and I actually don't really like it that much, anything like that. Honestly, all of like that feedback, I know can't sleep, me neither. Yeah, so if you have any kind of things that you would like to see more of or less of, or like I'm doing too many raunchy things, or if I'm not doing enough raunchy things, just let me know. Um, so with this one, I want to, I want to do the um, little this piece in the middle. So I'm going to also do a magic knot with the red. Okay, does anyone else have a knitting machine? Like, if so, like, tell me, like, how do you make, like, quick items? Because, like, for me, like, I've got to make them, like, 5 times because it's always a mistake. And then I have to do, like, additional pieces and, like, all kinds of stuff. And it's just, like, really finicky. Um, am I the only one? Yeah, I know, Timmy, I'm so sorry. I know that wasn't for me to see, um, but I still just, I'm sending my heart out to you. Okay, so, oh man, did I fuck up my magic knot? No, it's just. Okay, so I feel like I need so I honestly, I am the most basic Starbucks order of all time, because like I don't really like things that are more expensive at Starbucks taste good, but like I just don't care that much about like being that fancy. So I always get just like a black coffee. But like the most fancy like macchiato, like fucking caramel, cream, whatever, like that's like what I feel like I need. I feel like I need that much sugar and coffee. Okay, so you might see some M's. You want to just stuff those inside. It's a nice little cavern of secrets. And then you're going to take your yarn and you're going to start going from stitch to stitch kind of across the way. The 3 extra shots. Speaking of shots, I need to do my testosterone. I'm like 2 weeks behind, which isn't like terrible or anything like that, but I don't know, like, so I get into this thing where like, so I don't have like fear of like taking my testosterone, um, because like, like I don't mind poking myself in the leg, like it's not a big deal. Um, but so I'm not like hesitating on that. But I'm supposed to alternate legs, like if so I can either do my injections once a week or once every 2 weeks, and um, every time you inject, you're supposed to like alternate your leg. So like when I do it on my right leg, it's fine, generally speaking. Sometimes you hit a vein or something, but it's usually fine. But then on my left leg, it oh 3 shots of espresso. Yes, I had already forgotten what we were talking about. Yes, 3 shots of espresso. There is this what's it called? Place that sells coffee shop, called Cup of Joe here in Raleigh, and they have the best coffee. It's the only time I will ever spring for anything extra in my coffee. And so I do a dirty chai, which is a chai latte um, with espresso, which is what makes it dirty. And that is like honestly my fucking show. Like that is it. But it's the only place that I actually like their chai. Everywhere else, a lot of like chai type tea, which is uh, you know kind of a silly thing to say because chai means tea, um, but let's see. So uh, but like everywhere else, their chai is kind of grainy to me, and this chai is actually, I think it's actually like freshly brewed chai, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been mistaken before, once or twice, so don't judge me. But yeah, that's the only time I'll ever order anything, and I always order extra shots of espresso, and they're like, "Oh, it already comes with 3 shots," and I'm like, "Did I stutter?" Okay, so I'm sewing in the strap that will connect um, both restraints. Maybe I should have made this longer. I don't know. I think that'll be good, and I think it's more of like a little bit more of like a novelty than like anything else. I'm 7, damn it, exactly. Yeah, like give me another cup just of espresso shots so I could just sip, fill what void was there with espresso, and I could just keep on like, that's what I need. You understand me, Carrie. You get me. You're my girlfriend. We get each other. Um, so let's finish this fucking thing. I think this is gonna be good. I hope I'm not jinxing myself by saying that, but I felt pretty good about what's going on so far. Honestly, I think I could crochet all of this faster than using the knitting machine and crocheting, but you know, we'll see. So I also got So I just looked up. We get each other. Yeah. So I bought. They're like under the title of like practice golf balls, but I just searched. I was like, there's got to be these out there, right? I was like, mini wiffle balls, and sure enough, they are out there under the name of practice golf balls, and they are literally like the breathable ball gags, and I was like, perfect. But how is Mel? Thank you for asking. That's very sweet of you. Um, how much can I disclose? Because Mel's very private, you know. So I think that Mel and I have had a hard time lately with my mood instability, and we're definitely trying to get through that. So Mel's got a couple things, a couple irons in the fire. That's the term, right? Um, of like kind of coping and dealing with that. She also had a really bad migraine that just like would not quit. Um, and as you may know, Mel has migraines like most of the time, but like when Mel says she has a migraine, it's like an 8, 9, 10 like level migraine. Like it's not the small ones she's reporting. So she's got a lot of like tension and stuff like that. It's really hard for her. But I think that we're trying to get back on track and stuff like that. Let me see. Anything else I'm missing from Mel? Um, I don't know. She's doing really well at her job, which I'm really proud of her for. I think Mel's really smart, really capable. Anyways, but she had a team outing where they flew everyone up to New York, um, and like she got to meet people, which was really nice for her. To have that ability to meet people in person that you work with, I think was really positive for her. She's had a couple weeks where half like somewhat due to my mental health, somewhat due to just like the craziness of the week, where she hasn't been on the ball as much at work, and I think that she um, kind of has a little perfectionist attitude, which I can't say anything either because I have it too. Um, but uh, but yeah, so I think she's working through that. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. Like Mel's obviously a very important part of my life, and you know she really does. Like, she knows all of you. Like, Mel knows all of you, and not because I sit and like trash talk. I'm just like, oh, this is. She asks what happens, and I'm like, oh, this happened, and this happened, and this happened. So she knows all of you, um, and always sends her best, well wishes whenever anything's going on with you all. So just so you know, Mel cares, and Mel caring is like 5 times me caring. Okay, so we have this sewn in. I'm trying to get the scrap yarn out. Oh, we love you too. Pull that up and just try to get this off easily. Because sometimes she comes easily, and sometimes she's rude. We'll have to do like a secret Zoom meeting where we can all meet each other. It's funny because I feel like for so many couples, like there's that like in front of the camera person who like doesn't mind like kind of like airing things out and talking about things and stuff. And then there's like a behind the scenes person who like will talk, but like if they just like don't want to be like they don't want to like put themselves out there on that. Like Mel doesn't even have social media, um, which like I've I was like, my YouTube boyfriend. It's probably like, what? It's so funny. Um, yeah, yeah. Mel knows here. My Mel's fully invested in this. How much was your knitting machine? Okay, so I said it earlier. I'm not quite sure. I believe it was like 130, which I'm not happy about. So don't get it twisted that I have money to spend. Um, but so I have a baby small Centro 22 pin. It's probably right there in the trash. That's literally where we put the trash. It's in the trash. It's so bad. I've taken it apart. I've cleaned it. I've tried to do everything. Doesn't work. Piece of shit. Um, and then I have a larger Centro, pretty much doesn't do anything anymore, um, for a couple reasons. I think the main one, like, it mainly hasn't worked since I tried to use the drill attachment and use the drill instead of an electric um, screwdriver. But even still, like, apparently those aren't good. So, but like, why is this? How is this any easier? I'm just really wondering. So I just bought this, and I'm trying to decide if it's worth it. Yum yogurt. I'm eating an egg cheese sandwich. Yum. Oh, that is the way to my heart. I honestly kind of thought it was a southern thing, like egg salad sandwich. I know you can do an egg sandwich like many different ways, but yeah, like for some reason in the South we love making salads out of way too damn much. Like potato salad, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe that's Southern blasphemy. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, so that's how much this machine was. It's okay, but like I said, I'm still struggling to find the value in it because like I'm a slow knitter, but because this causes so many problems and you have to do things so many times, like I would probably knit the same speed as this. Elle is simply amazing. Yes, she is. That's my queen. So, so I don't know if you all know this, but so I am a sleep talker, and we always call him Sleep Ian. Like you never know what he's gonna say. Like I've always said like, hey, like you can't hold me accountable for what I've said in my sleep. Um, and uh, so uh, one time I was asleep and but Mel also doesn't know I'm asleep. It's not like I'm talking and my eyes are closed. Like I'm opening my eyes, I'm engaging, I'm like moving my limbs and I'm talking. And so Mel thinks I'm awake. I will. I'm gonna tell her later though, because if I woke her up right now, she would I don't know what she would do. She would not be happy. So uh I, I was saying things to her, and like at the beginning of our relationship, I don't think I do this anymore, which is kind of sad, but I can't control it. But at the beginning of our relationship, I would just like shower her with compliments and all this stuff, you're perfect, you're beautiful. Um, but like, I like, apparently one day just like looked at her and I was like, you're my number one queen. So we definitely joke about that pretty often because it was just like such a good random thing to say. You're my number one queen. Oh my gosh, it was fucking scrap yarn off. Yes, Mel is amazing. Um, and, she's been really great the past couple weeks, especially, and past couple years. My bipolar and my illness and, becoming disabled. Um, all of those things, we really rely, when we have partners, like, we tend to really rely on our partners for those things. And so to find someone who will kind of go through the trial by fire with you is really special. Very lucky. Okay, so I got an end. Okay, what do I do now? I okay. I usually save my money for. I honestly, so I have a really bad impulsive buying problem, and I try to work it out by having a monthly budget. Um, but it's really bad. Like, and I'm not saying this to be like cute. I'm not saying it to be like, I spend whatever money I want. Like, that's not me. That's not me. For me, it's a mixture of my bipolar hypomania and mania, and then my ADHD. Like, uh, with both of those things, every moment is an immediate right in your face. Like, I have to have this. So the way that we consume media now, where everything's like fast, like like TikToks and Instagrams, like the videos are short and stuff like that, so you can see more. Like, all of that, like, really is like super dangerous for someone like me, because I can't help but be like, I want this and I want this and I want this and I want this. Um, so yeah, so like, I mean, granted, this is a purchase I've wanted for a while because I wanted to make socks. Like, I just wanted to make socks, and like, I certainly can't um, knit them, and because double pointed needles and the magic circle method both break my brain. And then also, like, crocheting, I crochet a sock, but like the heel kind of intimidates me, and I don't really want to deal with that either. So, so yeah, so I got this size to create socks, but I got the cheaper version, and the cheaper version, you can't crochet, or sorry, knit anything. It is such a bad Um, it's such a bad machine, and it has nothing but bad reviews. So it's not just you if you run into a problem. Okay, I'm about to cut this shit because I can't take it. Um, uh, so yeah. So I like, I do have an impulsive spending problem, and it's something that I gotta work on. Okay, Ian, I fry my egg in butter, drain it, slap cheese on it, and then add bread. Nice. That is good. I love a good fried egg. I didn't eat them for about like a year or two, So I was trying to like learn how to cook and like be better in the kitchen and stuff. And I overcooked my fried egg. And I know everyone has their preferences. So like maybe someone out there would like this um like basically silicone egg, but I did not, and I was very, very unhappy with how it turned out. And yes, so I didn't eat eggs, fried eggs, for a while. I ate like scrambled and stuff like that, but I didn't eat fried eggs. And then um, one day I just started to get the hankering again, and um, yeah, I mean, I love fried eggs. They're so good. I do over easy, but I do. I mean, my wife does. I can't cook them, and I'm just like, nope, we're not playing that game. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, finally, Jesus. Ugh. Now I having popcorn. I found the coolest thing. So we were gonna watch this like YouTube special that was like one night only. You had to buy tickets for and stuff like that. It's just like a comedy duo, and so we bought like a ton of snacks. And one of the things I found, I'll take a picture, I think, and put it on Army of Weirdos, but it was like popcorn with different types of like, it was like mini bags of popcorn with like different types of like candy and like chocolate drizzle, like like in there, and they're so good. We got the ones with the M&M minis, and like, oh my gosh. So I'll have to let you know if you're gonna get moving. Talk to you later. Yeah, take care, Tammy. Thanks for joining in. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Okay, so I think that we are getting to the place that I wanna be at. I know that was a beautiful song, so you're welcome. And, you know, if you didn't like it, you deal with it. So I need to decorate up here. I've got way too much shit going on. I've got way too much shit going on over there. I really want, so I've decided that for decorations for my house, um, because of like my surgery plans, um, I really want to do like a themed house. So I just feel the essence of Halloween. And I think I'm gonna do like witchery, um, and yeah, that's what my plan is. Something that I haven't talked about enough is I am doing a fundraiser for To Write Love on Her Arms, which is the world's longest foundation name, but is a foundation that helps people who are struggling with addiction, self harm, and suicidal thoughts. Um, uh, so Uh, so it helps a lot of people. I remember this foundation from years and years and years ago when I was a teenager, and I remember being able to have them as a resource, and it meant a lot to me. So if you can, there is a fundraiser link below, and uh, you can donate there if you want to. So my goal is $300. If if we get to $300, then I will be doing a giveaway, yarn giveaway, and I'm like, I always am like looking around, like, oh yeah, I would put that in a giveaway. I put that in a giveaway. Put that in a giveaway. And yeah, so if we get to $300, and you don't have to donate to get to enter the giveaway, but the giveaway is only happening if we're getting to $300 by the end of the month. Now, I'm reaching out to some bigger YouTubers to see if they want to donate items or donate gift cards or stuff like that. I know I already have one person who is donating, and if we can do like an auction type thing, then we can uh, raise money that way. And so that's going to be on the 30th from noon to 6 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to have an event posted so you can remember. But yes, so that's what we're going to be doing. I really wanted to um, donate or do some kind of charity because like I feel like a lot of the um, well, not a lot of the time, but last time we did an auction, it was like it was a kind of reactionary um, auction to help people in a bad position. But this, I feel like, is a more proactive. Like we can help people and do good things, and I think that that is really great and important that we can have the power to make people's lives a little bit easier, a little bit more enriched, and you know, I, uh, I really am passionate about this charity. So if you can give, please give. If you can't, I'm not guilting you into donating. Just do what you can. If that's all that matters. So again, foundation link is down below. It's on Facebook. So if you don't have Facebook, I actually don't know how you can donate. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to cut this extra thread. Um, so also, if you want to donate a completed item, a gift card, anything like that, there's many ways to give. So I'm totally happy with however anyone wants to do anything. I'm trying to be pretty laid back about this because typically, Mel kind of pointed out that typically, um, these fundraisers are like great and I feel good, but I'm always like, I should have done more. I could have done this, could have done that, and like, I'm trying to be like, you know what? Like, I'm trying to help people. I'm doing my best, and I really want to, um, just like take that in, and that's good enough. So, okay, so dun 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 dun. Okay, so this is gonna go on the other side, so don't worry your pretty little head around that. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. So you're having a sexy time. You put this one in here, and then so that fits, right? Then you have another ring that holds you like this. And then you have a completed handcuff. I think for the eye eye thing, I'm gonna do something like this, and I'm just gonna take a needle and thread, and I'm just gonna kind of cinch it so it goes over the nose like that. I don't know how this looks, but I don't think I'm gonna put too much effort into this. But I do like making like a little chain like this. It's super easy, um, fun. Um, Sorry, my boob itches. I really need to scratch that. Okay, just like a month and some change, um, until they are gone. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going until I get tired. Okay, I'm a little tired, but I also just feel like I could have like a pick me up of caffeine, and that would be fine. Also, I'm really bad about like sleeping for a lot of the day. If I um, was up late, so I'm like, should I just try to stay awake as long as possible? Okay, so there's like a little like, yarn fuzz. I just try to get that out of the way because it can get all up in your machine, make it weird. Okay, so I'm putting it in the tensioner, closing that up. I kind of like how it looks like a coffin. It's pretty cool. Okay, so even though you have it in the tensioner, you want to go slower when you first start uh, because that's when you're most likely to create or have problems. Mhm. So yeah, I think I got the wrist bands figured out. I'm not quite sure how I want to do the mouth. Like, I don't know if I want to like have it be like this wide but this thick. Um, I have tried doing bands before, or what are they called? Panels before, and I've never really had great luck with that. So I might give it a try with like a nicer machine like this, but I think that's like it doesn't need to be tight, like really tight. It just needs to be tight enough. Whereas like the wrists need to be tight, and then the you know everything else needs to be whatever. So like I feel like it would probably be easier if I just crocheted like something like this on the side. Don't you think? The one thing is, like I just like so like when you have like a ball gag, like there's saliva, and I don't really want to like I don't think the feeling of wet yarn will feel nice. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. Maybe I can see if there are any examples out there and try to draw some inspiration from them. I'm thinking way too hard about like a fucking kinky set of stuff for Etsy. I think most of all, like I'm trying to get my products for Christmas and stuff. Um, get those ready because like I think people love like gag gifts and stuff like that, and My willy warmers did really well. So let's just go with pink. Okay. So I'm gonna make sure I pull enough yarn this time. I'm gonna close it, and then I'm gonna reset my counter, and then I'm gonna hold these tight together so that they don't come undone. And then I'm gonna give them a little knot. Because if you don't, they will fall apart and everything will be shit, and you'll have to restart everything. Everything is stupid. Sorry. Okay, so drop that into the center. Okay, we're gonna do 15 rows. Sorry, my table shakes so much. Because I'm on carpet. Oh, why is this being such a bitch? So no matter how good your machine is, it will still be a bitch, and that's annoying. I bought this pattern, so it was when I had the Centro 22, and it's of like little penises that you can make with this. And I thought it was hilarious, so I bought it, and then my machine never worked. So, that sucks. Okay, that sounded good. Yeah, that sounded great. I hate these machines. I don't understand why they just have problems for no fucking reason. Okay, let's see. Let me try to fix this. Okay, so this particular bitch. I need a hook, uh not latch hook, hooks that you do when you have you're doing crochet or knitting on a loom. Motherfucker. This is fucking everything up. This whole I think I have to start over. But I don't know how to do it without grinding through through this. Okay, let me see. Okay. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Oh, man, these machines are so annoying. Carrie, if you ever decide to sell your big machine, let me know. But maybe I'll have quit machines altogether, and and I'll have thrown them all out the window. So what I need to do coming up, so like this is just like a fun project. So I'm making a hood, and I just wanted like kind of like a swamp witch, like droopy, distressed, that kind of number. So most people start their witch hoods at the back, and then they make them go forward. I started mine in the front because I knew uh, kind of what I wanted in the front, and then I could just kind of freehand the back. So this is Premier Spun Colors in the color Autumn. It's very pretty. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing a couple different types of distressing. I didn't do 2 layers because I wanted it to be floppy. I didn't want it to be very structured, like a lot of the other hoods, which are great. Like all of the other hoods I saw were so cool. Let's see anything words. Jason tried it. Um, yeah, so I'm kind of just like making up the pattern, but I think it will be nice. Um, I did my pumpkin spice number. I want to do something. See, I wanted to do some home decor, but I really don't know like what else decor wise we need. But like one, I have some yarn. I made a bunch of things. So I've got this orange fingering weight yarn, and I got it from the Scrap Exchange, which is a thrift store with all kinds of goodies, and I love it. So I got that, and I also got like 2 cones of this brown sparkly. I don't maybe like I don't know like a 3 weight. I have 2 cones of this, and then I have a small cone of it in gold. So I'm really thinking I'm gonna use that for something. There's like a pattern for like it's kind of like a vest, which I don't know if I feel that vibe, but like um, it's really it's kind of got that spiderweb backing, but has more structure than just like those very loose spiderweb. Um, then I have this like blue green, kind of like gross green blue that I thought might work either with the brown sparkly or just in different spots. I'm not sure, but I've got a full spool of this. It was $3 a spool. Like that's crazy. Um, and then I've got some different colors and stuff. So yeah, I really need to get going on Halloween stuff, but I just keep on getting distracted on like all the other stuff that's really fun. So yeah, um also another thing, I mentioned the fundraiser earlier, so if you can check that out, we'd really appreciate that. Just so we can get to a giveaway. Um, but another thing I did that was outside of my comfort zone is I did a tutorial um, on this headband. I call it the pumpkin spice headband. It is it uses a chainless foundation stitch. It uses puff stitches, and it uses um, bobbles, and it's really cute. I think it's super easy to adapt it to a hat if that's what you want to do. Because I made a hat first, and then I went and made this. So if you want to give that a try, I made a free tutorial here on this channel. If you want to see some of my hauls, I've been doing a lot of hauls lately. Go to my other channel, which is in the description box below. Ian is a weirdo, the number 2. Sorry, I hate to like pimp all this out at the end. This is really annoying. Um, I just, but I just wanted to tell you all about it. But yeah, I really hope we can get to 300 with the giveaway. I'm also doing a walking challenge with my wife for this charity, 10,000 steps a day. I'm not doing great on it, but I need to get better. So I'm getting motivated to get better on it. I've just been so depressed. But anyway. Yes, so those are the main things. If you have any Halloween ideas for me, I would gladly take them. So we'll talk to you all later, and I love you. Bye. Bye, Carrie.